Sorry, Marcus. I was doing something, so I didn't see you come in. You there? Marcus Actually, I'm gonna go in.
Marcus Blackburn, thou hast been called. Are you present? Because if you are,
I can't hear your audio.
This is gonna be interesting. It's the first publicly accessible tribe talk we've had. I have no idea how many people. Marcus is connecting to audio. No idea how many people are gonna come. It's gonna be interesting to see. Interesting to behold. Did that work? Can you hear me now? Can I hear you?
Yeah.
No? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Hey, bro. Long time no speak.
Yeah. Yesterday.
Yeah. How have you been since we spoke last yesterday?
Dude, it's still like going, dude. Like seriously, coming back here, it's like money is like one of those things you're gonna do, and it kind of just seems like sometimes I just feel like, oh, dude, am I just like going through shit and like because I've been talking to everyone else and going, oh, this is a fucking really good idea, and it's actually like gonna be one of the fucking hardest things probably to do.
Hold on.
And
to what is going to
actually
be
make a living out of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like sometimes I go through those kind of stages of going like, like I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And there's nothing much more else like more sorry than like someone who's like 45 or 50 and like broke. Especially a guy.
That's a personal belief. Because you have all these things.
Is.
Yeah, because you have a fuck ton of things. I've said that since the first day we met.
I know, dude, but it's just trying to find something. Like, I know everyone's like in this kind of circle, everyone's super encouraging and everything, which is good and bad because some people are like encouraging to the point where
it's fake.
And it's not really that much of a really good idea. Like if someone who's, I don't know, like got one arm and they say, oh, go and learn how to play the guitar or something like that.
Yeah. Good analogy, by the way. Nailed it. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. I can agree. I can agree to some extent that making a living out of what we're doing, basically monetizing our essence or whatever value we can provide, it can be hard. It can be, but it depends on how complicated one wants to make it. Because, hey, there he is.
I'll have to search this.
Think about it, and I've said this many times, and in the beginning, I said it, but I didn't believe it. I'm also recording this on the other software, so if people are watching this in the future, Marcus is currently just hoping to not have a stroke as he's talking.
Yeah.
Because he fucked himself up while going on a ski adventure. So that is just so you know, if he starts having seizures, it's not some spiritual enlightenment.
Or anything like that. Yeah. I'll give you the phone number for the ambulance in Taiwan.
I was thinking about that. If you do that on a call, then what the fuck am I supposed to do? So contingencies. Give me a phone number that I could call if you start to drool while we're having a fucking call. But I started to say that it was hard in the beginning because I overcomplicated it. I told people how easy it is to make money, and because the system is the system. But to go through the mental barriers of actually doing the things that the system requires, that's another thing. Like if you're going to go out there and tell thousands of people that, hey, I'm open for business. That has to be done with some thought and some strategy. So I've seen that the system, the easiness of it, it's 100% true. You can make a living, but you have to do it in a way that is, first of all, aligned with you. Because if you're doing things according to what the course told you, because I get those messages on Facebook every single day. Hey, how's your business? Actually, it's like, Amir just added you as a friend on Facebook.
Hi, Tor. How's your business? What are you up to today? How did you make money last night or last month?
I'm like, God damn it. This is, or they might say, dude,
what is the biggest obstacle you're facing in your life right now?
All these things that just, it's so scripted. It's horrible. Like the guy you sent me, right? You talked about me to a guy. And he reached out, and I sent back a message to him today. And I said, hi, I usually get a lot of fake shit. So I was talking to Marcus to actually confirm that you are a person that is, I guess, worthy.
Normal.
Yeah, to add a friend, accept friend request, basically.
Yeah.
And that's it, because it hasn't been about, the focus hasn't been to create an income. It has been to help people. And if you have your insights, you have experiences, you see the people, the fakeness, you see the people who's doing things that is not aligned with who they are. They just do it because that's supposed to be how they're supposed to do. Then you have something.
I don't get it why this kind of industry kind of attracts. It can't be that easy to fucking make money, bro. Or it could be.
Yeah, exactly. Whether you think you can't or can, you're right.
Yeah, I know. So that means there's a whole lot of fucking like weird people or tryhards or whatever. But like, it's one of those things, bro. If I was ever to do anything like this, and even now, like talking to people or talking to friends or whatever about shit that I've been through, I won't use like that kind of language, because like it just fucking freaks people out, dude. To be honest, like stuff like, what's your? I can't remember what the two examples that you put up.
Me neither.
Just then, but those in that kind of language, like kind of in a way, it's kind of like, there's definitely like a way to go around it, and at least we're thinking about this, so it's a better way than other people, because otherwise it can come off a little bit religious. And churches make a shitload of money, man, so it might not be a bad thing, but at the same time, it's not really the best way to.
I know. I've seen the pattern in that. You're smart. Yeah, that's it. People who are smart, I'm not sure, is this me or is it your connection? Because I haven't paid the internet bill. I'm still waiting for my bank to, when you're doing business online, you have to be smart. And I have an offshore bank account that I get clients to pay money to, right? And then I just use the card. That makes it hard to pay bills in Norway. So sometimes those bills are just not prioritized. And now my fucking internet has been tapered. So now I'm waiting until Monday to be able to pay the bill. That's fucking annoying. But the point, you're smart. And because you're smart, you're seeing all the fucking potential of it not working. All the different scenarios that this might not work because X, Y, Z, and all the numbers and the alphabet and the Roman alphabet and the Greek alphabet and all the things, because that's a possibility. And then we don't do it. But I'm not going to say that, but the people who don't have your intellectual capabilities, they see the system and they do it. They might go into a Dean Graziosi thing, and they actually post in a group of hundreds of thousands of people, what is the biggest struggle you're facing? Right? And people are actually, commenting. And then they have been told to add these people as a friend and then open the dialogue, to send a message. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, whoa, I actually got some money. Well, that was fun. I'm going to do that again. But they don't have anything to kind of support what they're doing. Well, you and me, we want to really make sure that we can provide something. So we are delaying, procrastinating, overthinking. Should I do this? Should I post that? Fuck. I don't know. Maybe I should. Nah, I'm going to wait until tomorrow. Maybe I'm going to, all those things. But it's just because you have something.
It's kind of it's quite a good thing that people say, I guess, like kind of going through a spiritual awakening or having like a big crisis or something like that. And as they say, like you lose all your friends, which is a good thing, because otherwise, like once you start out doing stuff like this and start posting shit on Facebook and Instagram, all your friends that were normally your friends are probably going to fuck off anyway.
Yeah, they do. They do. Like, seriously, I
Right.
have like 2-3 people who are solid, but I had so many people who were with me until a certain point. When I start to think differently, when I start to say like, the sky's the fucking limit. Actually, that's not even true. We can go to Mars soon. And our thoughts are driving the spacecraft. All these things. If you go really, then they will go, nope. Fuck no. And then they say that you changed, as if that's a bad thing. Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Accepting that fact that if you don't change, you're just stuck in the loop. That's horrible.
That's worse.
You're freezing sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna me freezing a bit too. I think my internet should be okay though, bro. Like I got 4G or something like that running up here, but
yeah, I got unpaid mountain internet.
Taiwan's pretty good for internet. Yeah, but you're still running. Yeah. So what was going to be your what was your mission for today?
Nothing. I'm just basically going into the routine of what I was doing before. So I figured, I have to start having these tribe talks again, and it has to be valuable. We had tribe talks. We had many, and they were always focused on plant medicine. Now, I am a fucking strong advocate for plant medicine. I will go out there and be the first one to say, don't do mushrooms if you don't have personal development back you. Yeah, people are just tossing it out there as the magic pill. And that became a little much. So it kind of tainted the entire idea of what it was to be what I lovingly call a legacy forger, because it's not someone who just does shrooms. It's someone who actually knows what to do in facing adversity and stuff. So the point of today was basically just to open the door again.
Talk about yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then whatever happens, happens, because I've done something the last few months that I think is valuable, interesting, like the ones we talked about yesterday, AI, all those things. And I created this, that's also a thing, actually. Something that I think I can vibe with, and something that I think I'm going to focus more on, that is going to provide a lot of shit. I'm going to show you something. Now, the people who are watching the stream right now is not going to see this, but then again, you should have been here. If you were here, then you would have seen it. That's not on me. Let's see. I love doing Photoshop, and I've just been doing it for so long that it just became something that I love doing. And I sent this to a friend of mine. He was one of these people who were up in the cabin that I visited. He didn't know that I took the picture, but he's a legacy forger. And I was like, look at him scouting the fucking future.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's obviously AI, right?
No. Yeah, well, yeah. The background is AI, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I used some Photoshop skills, and then I added some, Photoshop has also got an AI now. So I used the Photoshop AI, which is sucky to say the least. And I ended up with that. And
it's sick.
Yeah, I figured if I can make people feel good, like, that's what I like to do. If I see someone who I think is genuine, let's say Brian Parson, his Facebook profile looks horrible, and I felt like a little cringe when I saw that. So when I see those things, and I know the person behind it is a good dude or a good dudette, who knows, then I can just do what I love doing, and I create something and just send it. No strings attached, reciprocity. And they will see it and will be like, what the fuck? That is awesome. And they're like, yeah, cool. Glad you like it. And then that just opens the door. So it's actually kind of simple. Just help people with the gift you have. Like how we met. You posted in a group, and I just shared my thoughts on what you posted.
Yeah.
How much have you done about that? Like how often do you see posts from other people and you know you have something to add to the conversation. Because if people write, "How do you achieve spiritual enlightenment?" you might see that people write, "Go with God, meditate," those things. But you actually have some substance to your answer. Do you answer? Do you comment?
Me, no.
Why?
It's just not something I'm kind of like. I found it for me at the moment. It's been a lot better to like focus on myself and not split my energy around. Because if I don't feel 100% grounded or something like that, because dude, I mean, I know that everyone has issues and everyone's kind of like, has different thinking about things, but there are some people who are a little bit extreme.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to deal with those people. And at the moment, I think that as I'm still kind of bouncing back a little bit, I think I can't really, I get kind of affected by other people's shit.
Oh yeah. Understand what you mean.
If it's too, off the side, like out in left field for me, it's quite heavy for me to be able to like deal with that. So like, it's not that I don't want to, or I can't. It's like at the moment, it's just like, yeah, I'm just kind of like watching stuff and like focusing on myself and getting my own shit sorted out first. Because there's no hurry. I don't have to fucking solve the save the world in like 6 months or even a year or even ever. But just I think a lot of people, they kind of like have something that's a big, light bulb thing. They're going to do some shrooms and then they find out that the world's connected and everything like that. And then they go in like 120%. And it's like, everyone's like a bit, whoa, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's kind of good to be able to, because, everything's like, even the shit that we leave behind, like even the whole rat race stuff and, the whole ego and people, getting trapped in a life that was the appearance of society's rules and they don't even know they're following stuff. Like that's part of life as well. And the people who kind of are going like, no, there's something kind of more here. Like, there's more to life. And then do a bit more research and find what kind of like resonates for them as far as, how they understand, their past or traumas and how they can relate it to like, oh yeah, I'm kind of living a fucking bit on autopilot. And this autopilot, I'm working out where it's coming from and it's not actually me. So let's see what we can do about it. But there's like, that's the whole circle is you can't kind of split them up into like, this is it now. And like, this has got nothing to do with it. So I think it's important for like people to kind of go through stuff and kind of integrate it to be kind of like, the whole oneness, like together with the old shit and the new shit. And so it's a little bit more balanced. Like some people kind of just go, 120%. And it's kind of like not a bad thing. Yeah, but it's kind of like a little bit too much. I mean, if you do understand it, then I'm assuming that you're smart enough to understand the whole picture. And then you've got to find that kind of middle ground and balanced ground. It's all about balance, really, isn't it? Otherwise, you just go from one extreme to the other extreme, and there's nothing really much. What's the advantage?
Yeah, exactly.
You still got to live in this world with all these other people, and you can't like have some, what do you call it? Like attitude towards people who can't see the way that you're seeing, or you don't have to like, he's not woken up, we've got to wake him up. This kind of shit.
There are many people like that. It's like those people who's sitting on a pink cloud saying that love is the answer. But they haven't really faced any adversity. They got the trust fund from their family and they had a few millions on the account and they're just traveling the world and being all enlightened. And then all of a sudden something happens and they go to the basement without any way of getting back up. So yeah, if you're just in one extreme without knowing the contrast, could be a very, very bad thing.
Yeah, but I think it's important, like, for the tribe groups or whatever, or meetings, like what we did when I first met you, and we had a few people like that were just I can't remember the guys' names. Nice guys. One of them was a computer dude, like an Indian guy, and one of them
V.
what was his name?
V. Yeah.
One was V, and the other guy.
There's so many. There's Frederick, V,
Yeah, there's four of
Stian,
us that were doing
Marius. There is Teja.
Yeah.
There are many people now.
I think it's cool to have like a group of people that check in on a certain time, and then can like bounce ideas and stuff around.
Yeah.
And keep people on track, because I don't know. I think it's like your energy for everything kind of does get a little bit whacked off sometimes, or you get a bit tired, or you like lose a little bit of focus, and it's kind of like getting back in touch with people that are on the same vibe. Kind of can recharge your batteries a little bit. So that's a good thing. But I think for me, bro, I can't make any massive decisions at the moment, but I think for me, like, one thing that I could do to cut off all the fucking other pressure about it is just do videos, and do videos that I want to do stuff like this, and just do it for 6 months, and like try and do it as often as possible. If I could do it every day, it would be perfect, but or just make sure I do one every day, and like just do it every day for 6 months. And like I don't even have to post shit like that. I don't have to post it, but just to go through the process of doing it for 6 months, and then not. I don't have to have anything of like, oh, I'm going to put this on, or no one else or anyone else is going to see it.
No.
I don't even need to think about it.
Exactly.
And at the worst part of the day, I get a little bit better at speaking on camera. I get a little bit better at editing videos, and I get a little bit better at like computer shit.
Yeah, and you don't have to edit them either. Like, you can
worst case scenario.
Yeah. It's just about talking and having the habit of being able to talk, and just picking up because like say that you have, because many people ask, what should I make videos about? And I usually say that just talk about what you feel. Highs and lows. What did you go through today? Where do you want to go? Do you have goals? If not, start talking about what you could want in life, and then just go from there. But if you're looking for things to create in terms of content, Facebook is filled with victimized people who's just painting the picture and proving the point that there is a choice, there is a opportunity to do something about it. So even though you don't have to comment, because back to what you said about you don't want to be affected by the energy of helping out people who are a little bit extreme. If you were to, what I think, if you create a system, let's say that you have a Facebook cover that just says it all with a link, that goes into your system, you don't have to accept the friend request. You don't have to say anything more than just adding your little piece of thought on that help or on that comment to see if you can help. And then whatever happens, happens. But you can also use those as content for the videos that you're creating. So maybe it just made a thought appear in your mind, and you're just like talking about it. That's it. And you don't have to post it. But when you post it, when you expose yourself and people come at you like, who the fuck do you think you are, bro? That thing. It's healing. It's fucking transformational, because you're shedding the freaking layers that they can attack. And then after a while, it's like, 2 days ago, I got an email when I woke up saying, suck my balls. Sent for my iPhone. I'm like, yeah. Because then you have done something cool, right? You have done something good. If people are emotionally attached, and he actually took the time to respond to a mass email, I think that's cool. That's good. But that comes with doing it. That's insane.
I mean, from being in the entertainment and just from being a white guy who's speak Chinese and Taiwan on TV, like, I've had lots of suck your balls, like, and it's really like, dude, it's so funny, like, because they actually go to the trouble of like using the shitty English to write messages like, I hope your mother, or something like that. Like, fucking whatever. Like, some fucking horrible shit. Anyway, and like, you know, with shitty English, and it's like so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're obviously having trouble writing it. Otherwise, their English would be a lot better. So it's kind of cool that they've gone to the trouble of like, you know, finding my page and sending me a nice DM. Like, and better when you actually don't give a shit about it.
Yeah. Yeah, when you can see that and you can see the pain. You can see the cry for help, basically, that they don't even know.
Sometimes I just, yeah. So sometimes I just correct their grammar and send it back to them.
Oh, amazing. Your.
Yeah. Apostrophe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That annoys me, actually. Sometimes that annoys me. When I see Americans who's writing with there and your and all these things that just, you should not write like that. In my mind, it's like, that shouldn't be a thing, because here I am from Norway correcting your grammar. That shouldn't be a thing, you know? But it is. All the things that pops up.
I mean, grammar's fucked anyway now, man. Like, people are so used to like writing short on their phones and on the keyboards. Like YOUR becomes you are, right? And you becomes you.
You did that.
Becomes you.
You did that.
I do that. I do that all the time. So like, yeah, dude. God help me when it comes to actually. No, I mean, I don't even need to worry about that. I just use AI, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless I have to write something on paper, which is probably not going to happen in the next century.
That scares the shit out of me. You know, I have
a notebook
with pen.
Oh, with a pen?
Yeah.
It's not a tablet?
No, it's the old technology.
Fucking old school, bro.
Yeah.
Hang on to that.
Yeah, because
museum one day.
Imagine, like that. I do that way too much. I try to not do it. 10 years from now, with that language becomes the norm, and people say yeet instead of whatever else that means. I have trouble seeing how the world is going to be. And it's like, but it's happening, and soon you might not even have to pick up your phone because Neuralink just got FDA approved for human trials, for fuck's sake. God damn. Yeah, exactly. It's like, where are we going?
Bro.
It's but people don't think about these things. They see the news and it's like, awesome, I'm not gonna do that, or awesome, I'm gonna do that, or what the fuck? Or they just don't care. But for those who see that and think that, oh shit, a small step for man, you know, it has potential to do shit.
Biggest step for fucking AI.
Yeah. God. I've seen so many people talking about that as well. Like, the technology is fucking amazing. The human using it, that's the problem. God.
Yeah, no. I mean, we don't really need it, dude. I mean, seriously, we're not really much better off than we were back in the days where we were like chasing around buffalo with like bows and arrows and shit. I mean, they were pretty happy then, right?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, things are just getting like faster and more complicated because it can.
Yeah, because it can.
Yep.
And you can create
more convenience.
Yeah. Oof, that word.
But it doesn't make any point, because more convenient stuff just gets. It's because things are more convenient, you're expected to do shit a whole lot faster. So like, it doesn't make it any more convenient. It's not relative. No. You know what I mean? It's like before, when you had to write a fucking letter and it took like 4 days in the post to get it to someone, then you didn't have to like. You weren't expected to do it in like 30 minutes.
No.
Like now, there's like an email, you're expected to do the same shit that took like 4 days to do within like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you've got like a shitload more to write. Exactly. So it's like, yeah. But anyway, dude, it's no point in fucking talking about that. I mean, it's happening.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is happening.
For a while now.
I've been talking to people for a long time about this. It is happening. You cannot stop it. And before,
No.
as you said, 4 days. That was when things started to become convenient, because it was a time where you had to ship it with a sailboat that you didn't know was going to cross the fucking ocean. You know? And then if you
Yeah.
got a answer back, if the person you wrote is actually alive, then it took weeks, maybe months, years, who the fuck knows? And nobody knew what's going on.
dude.
Now I can fart here, and you could probably almost smell it in Taiwan if it's wet enough. You know, it's that. If people saw what that means, how you can share ideas and impact people, I can make people think differently by using my mouth hole. That is insane. That's power. That's fucking Aleister Crowley shit. And that, speaking of that, you want me to show you something pretty fucking amazing? I'm gonna show you something that is magic. Literally, it is magic. Right now, I have a vision in my head, and I want to manifest it. I want to get it into the world, right? For me to do that, I have to really think about the steps it takes to bring it into the world. So if I want to impact the world, I have to do some shit that is going to lead to that outcome. Right now, it's not really complicated. I'm thinking about destroying my brain a little bit, maybe my body, but I have to create something first, which started in a thought. And right now, I can see it manifesting right in front of me. And here it is, almost done. It's done. Now, for me to actually make the final piece and make this a reality, I have to think again and create fire. Magic. That was not a thing until I had the thought, and then I created it. Now we can do that with more things than just a fucking cigarette. But see, that's where things get
do it with like a
overcomplicated.
couple of $1 million.
Yeah, well, for that, you just need a couple of $1 million. Think about that. You just need a couple of million people to give you $1.
I know, right?
Yeah. And then if you want to just make it easier, you just get 2,000 people to give you $1,000.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. You can
Like,
simplify it even more.
Aaron Dalty.
See, I followed him. I followed his journey since he got started in the.
I know. I've kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty smart, bro.
He is. He is. He went through the journey. He did the
Pretty
thing.
smart. And he's been really consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't. You never see him like talking about, because he must have got shit, bro. Like for
Yeah.
a start, he must have got shit.
Oh yeah.
And like the fact is that his family was, I think, obviously pretty well off anyway. Because like the house that he was doing his little videos in when he first started off, and you know, coming out and doing all this kind of law of attraction stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he must get a whole lot of shit, but you never see him. He never loses his shit, and he never talks about people giving him shit.
Exactly.
Or like that kind of stuff. So he's been like, if he hasn't been naturally like that all the time, he's like been really fucking calculated with it.
I think after you've
Because a
done it
lot
for
of
a while,
people,
you're not going to feel it. You're not
yeah,
going
I
to.
know, but he was. I think even when he started off, he was like really good, and he was always showed up in the same way every day, and didn't talk about all the bullshit fucking emails and stuff like that, and he never went off target, like on tangents and stuff, like, because like sometimes if you're in that role as an influencer or whatever like that, and then you or whatever, it's your fucking your best friend from high school's birthday, and like he comes over and you're having a barbecue and you like do a little live or something like that. He's never done shit, anything like that, to contaminate stuff. Because sometimes it could be a bonus, it could be a good thing, but I think like I find like there's some people who do everything really well, like they do the whole life thing really, really well. But then other people who have been really successful, I mean, they've got their whole lives and their whole lives are going on, right? And they've got the thing that they're talking about, and they never go off target.
Yeah.
You only ever see the stuff that they're actually talking about that they post.
Yeah.
Which you've got to be pretty controlled to do that, because otherwise, if you've got all this attention and this big audience or whatever, it's easy to kind of go like, "Well, you get a fucking new dog. Oh, look at my new dog."
Yeah.
You know, you put that on Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, no one gives a shit about your dog.
Well,
They come there
some
for
people
the
do.
content. I know.
Yeah.
But it's like most people just come there for the content.
Yeah. But that's the
Like
thing.
there's this guy on.
He does him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does live and he talks about some other stuff, but he always stays on target with it.
Because it's him. It's his authenticity. It's like Charlie. Charlie Classic. Have you seen him?
No.
God, he looks
maybe.
like me. Tattooed, Photoshop, or he's a photographer of pretty women, and he lives in this mansion now in Vegas. Came from Mike Busey, the Sausage Palace or Sausage Castle in Florida, which is basically just a all-out rager every single fucking day. And he has a private paid Snapchat where he's just documenting his life. But that is him, you know. And then you have Jordan Peterson. That's him. They're just doing what they feel called to do, and then they do it because they want to do it, and then people who resonate, they come.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't kind of pollute their channel with other stuff.
Yeah, I do a lot. Like I have, but see, my things are still kind of targeted because I talk about the things that I find interesting, so it's still a line.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing. There's some people on like, I don't know, whatever, like fucking Paul, was it Logan Paul?
Oh.
I know you hate him, but like he does like everything, like he's like that everything kind of guy. And there's that other chick who's fucking famous as fuck, and she's just like, she talks about her anxiety and shit like that. I mean, she's like, you know, like getting these brand deals and sick ass house and goes and bangs on drums and does really like quirky shit.
Yeah.
Like records herself like she forgets shit or like starts crying about shit and
yeah.
Dude.
Consistency. It's all about the consistency and just doing it. Everyone started
somewhere. Don't you
somewhere.
feel so sorry for fucking people some people who have like, you know, taken all the shit to heart, and for some reason they're just not that, they just haven't got that edge. They haven't got that thing that people like, and they've been doing it for like 3 years, putting up videos just about every day, and like no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, I did that. You know what? You want me to give you a little secret? Okay. This is a huge one. I've never said this I've said this to one person. My channel, the main channel, 𝐒 I started that in 2012-ish, right?
2012.
Yeah. I have 1,100 subscribers-ish. And my view rate is pretty fucking small compared to the audience, like 20 maybe. Sometimes I hit a wave and you see that it goes into some hundreds, but 1,000 of those people was paid for.
Oh shit.
I bought those subscribers. I paid what, $20 to get 1,000 fake people to subscribe to my channel. I was like, I'm fucking successful now. You know, if I just kept on doing the consistency and just kept on creating as I did.
Maybe that hurt you though.
Yeah, it probably did a lot. So now I'm just
like I think
creating
platforms like Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. They, I guess they've got some kind of bots or something like that that can pick up stuff that's not, you know, for real.
Now they do. That was so far in the past that I don't think it got hammered down on after a while. Now it's consistency and, you know, feeding the algorithm.
Yeah. And for people who are just starting off, like even if you wanted to go again, I mean, you've still got all your shit.
Yeah.
But to go off again, it's like you've got to have, to actually get monetized or something like that, to get the ball rolling with things, you've got to have like
4,000 watch
everything's
hours.
got to be within a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, within a year.
1,000,
so
minimum 1,000 people and 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah, within a year. Otherwise, it just resets or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
So
you
it's
have to
kind
do
of
that
like,
every year.
really,
Yeah, because think about it from a business standpoint. YouTube would just lose money if they were continuing to pay for your old videos, but you're not adding any value to the platform anymore. So for those people who go into YouTube for, making money, they're not going to succeed. But if you go into YouTube to share a message, then I guess you're sharing that message on more platforms than YouTube, probably offline as well. So you have different things that you have set in motion to share that message, and then it becomes different. Like now, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. I still get subscribers when I go consistent. So if I was continuing the 100-day challenge, after a while, YouTube will see that I'm active. And that's the beauty
yeah,
of Saga. Like Saga has a lot more than just posting every day. That's on you. But when you do that, first of all, you're gonna feed the algorithm. It's gonna love you for what you're doing. You're adding value to the platform. And if it sees that people are liking it and you see that your watch time is increasing and that they actually enjoy your content, then there's gonna open up more doors, more channels, and get more people into seeing your content. And then it's just gonna continue. It goes like that, and then all of a sudden, but
yeah.
consistency.
Do you know something stupid that I feel like I need to do? I feel like I need to like, because over like COVID and like getting off the back of the entertainment industry, like I don't know if it's all the stress and stuff like that, but I feel like I want to do some voice training because I
Oh,
don't have the
awesome.
range of my voice that I thought that I did before.
Yeah, interesting.
Um, but yeah, I mean, in a fucking perfect world where you got a whole lot of money to spend on
Yeah, just
like
a few
doing
years from
fucking,
now.
what's that? Yeah.
Just months, actually. Let's say months. Weeks, maybe. Who knows?
Don't get my hopes up, bro.
But I
Yeah,
think
no,
that
it's
when you see it happening, you can't help but just see that it is happening, and then all of a sudden, whammo.
yeah, I know, bro. It's like people have told me to like do YouTube before, but it's kind of like some people are like you meet people and they've just got a really good way of talking and they're articulate and they got a really good voice range and interesting to listen to and stuff like that. I just don't think I'm that person.
You think that you're not that person. You are interesting to listen to. Guys, for those watching this, just comment below your
Don't
honest
watch.
thoughts.
No,
Just
watch for tour. So people watching this, bro. I'm like totally like freestyle here at the moment.
yeah, and
But
that's
yeah,
authenticity. That's how it should be. Just talking because you're talking about interesting stuff. If you're thinking about one thing that you have to talk about or following a script, it will always feel disingenuous, inauthentic. It's gonna feel horrible
inauthentic.
because people are not gonna pick up on the vibe, and that is gonna affect you way harder than you just sharing your ugly truth. Because in the beginning, it is ugly. Like there's so many things that people have not shared with anyone, and then when those things come up and you are sharing those, you're gonna feel as ugly, but
Yeah,
people
I
are gonna
know.
respect you for it. Like they're respecting you for actually doing something that most people won't.
Yeah, so that's what I always kind of come back to at the moment. Like if I do kind of personal development, like first I got to get my body fucking sorted out. Make sure I don't break it anymore.
Yeah.
And like then I've got to, obviously I want to do some fitness stuff, some yoga and shit like that. Do some reading, get the computer and all that kind of shit sorted out. But if I can find like a way of not for anyone else except me, but
Mm-hmm.
just like documenting what I'm doing and um stuff like that. And I gotta stop saying shit like that because I always say stuff like that, and I was like, and that's not really good.
Yeah,
But
I
there's
don't.
probably AIs that could probably take shit like that out.
Oh yeah, it does. But that's not what I think about. Like that's you. That's how you talk. The thing that I most often react to is when you say I need to when you're actually doing it. I've seen videos of you skiing down a fucking mountain top in Japan or doing yoga while the sun is rising and you can see this light going through the room while you're doing this in a speed ramp. Like you're doing it.
Yeah, I know, dude, but no one gives a fuck.
You do. That's the point.
Yeah, but if I did, I wouldn't have to record it. That's the thing.
It's a good anchor for you to go back on and see that you have made progress.
Mm. Yeah, it's consistency, I think, bro. Like
Yeah.
if I do it for myself and I make myself do like a video every day for myself and not even think that I've got to put it out there for a start.
Yeah.
And then fucking see what happens, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
yeah.
I'm here for the next 6 months, so I've got shit to do. But yeah, it's gonna be all over the place. So I'm gonna be whatever, just talking about shit that I'm doing, like, you know, learning some AI stuff.
That's gonna take things to a whole different level.
Yeah, but I want to get back into that because I felt like that's the whole thing, the whole fucking ego thing about like growing up and thinking, oh, I've got to get a fucking job and make money, and then everything gets really serious, and then you get all stressed out, and then it takes you out of the moment, and you find that suddenly, when you're a kid, you can fucking go to a park with a couple of your friends and get a beer and sit there and like lie on your back and look at the clouds and talk shit, and it was just totally off the cuff, funny as fuck, and like totally in the moment. And like after like life happens, it's like you can't do that stuff. You're sitting on the ground, you're looking up and you're thinking about like, oh fuck, I've got like what am I gonna do next week, and like I've got that job that I've got to like apply for, or like, you know, I've got to write another resume, or whatever it is, you know, it's you just, and it just takes you out of that thing. So like one of the things, and I don't know whether it's, you know, a good thing or a bad thing, but like I want to just get back to like doing some stuff just fucking in the moment. Like, you know, I used to paint, like do art when I was younger, and play the guitar and do stuff like that. So that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to do as well.
Hell yeah.
But yes, just making fucking time for it. I'm going to have to be really, once I get my shit sorted out as far as broken bones and stuff,
that I can accept. Your body is broken, so you just have to, but you just said something very important. Like just the last few days, actually, I've made it a point where people very often say, I wish I played a guitar, or I wish I read more. Well, it's very easy. Get a guitar or get a library card. It's like, it doesn't take a lot. It's doing it. And you're saying it as...
Yeah, but you got to let yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to let yourself, like, allow yourself to do that. And while you're doing it, put all that bullshit about your fucking bills that you've got to pay or all this kind of shit, that's, you've got to pack that away.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're defeating the purpose of doing it. You may as well go have a fucking beer and worry about your shit instead of going and painting or playing the guitar.
Exactly.
Because if you're doing that and you're still worrying about the other stuff, you're totally defeating the purpose of like trying to get yourself back to like a place of feeling stuff and being in the moment.
When you said that, I was just picturing tears running down the strings of the guitar as you stood up. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, being in the moment. But no, yeah, that is it. It's powerful to be in the moment, and that's why they wrote a book about it.
Yeah, it is, but I just don't know. Sometimes you read books like that and you think, is it like feasible? Because like for me, I don't know about other people, but it seems like when you're in the moment, seems to be that thought that goes, oh, if you're in the moment, that means that you're neglecting all the other bullshit in your life that's screaming for your attention.
Then you're not in the moment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that you might have all this shit screaming for your attention simply for the fact that you haven't been living in the moment for so long that you just get out of sync and you've got all this bullshit to deal with.
100%.
So it's like a bit of a paradox in a way.
Yeah.
Anyway, like that's why I'm clearing my schedule for the next 6 months.
I love that.
Basically. Just to like go like, fuck it, dude. I mean, you know, I've got this far. I'm not gonna die if I like don't do anything in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And if that's what I need to actually force myself to allow myself to actually do shit that I like and be in the moment and see if that's like the way through it, then that's what I got to do.
Yeah. And if you're gonna force yourself, you might as well fill your schedule again with things that you actually want to do, and then do the things that you have set on a schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to just go full on it.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the thing that I struggle with the most. It's the balance, because I love what I do. So I'm thinking about it constantly. I'm always working on it. I'm always thinking about how to make it better, even when I'm with my family. And then I have to kind of remind myself that you're supposed to be a sea monster right now. You can't be thinking about how to create something that is going to be awesome. You have to make sure that your daughter falls into the water, and then attack her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing about kids, though, bro. I mean, I wish I could like rent a kid for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like kids,
Rent a kid.
kids are just like.
I love
I'm
that.
sure, dude. I'm sure there'd be lots of people who are like, yeah, fucking take them.
I mean, it's called a babysitter, so
yeah, right.
It's just a fun one.
Yeah, you could get paid for that, right?
Yeah, you can get paid for that.
Yeah, but it's like when I went back to New Zealand after COVID, and I was staying with my friends, and they got 3 kids, and they're super cool, and she's homeschools, and they're like fucking awesome, bro. Like, you know, if you get up in the morning, and like for me, it was like, you know, coming off the back of COVID and stuff, and just spacing out and stuff, but like if you kind of waking up and just going, oh dude, what am I fucking gonna do for the rest of my life, and then some little bouncy kid with pigtails coming in, and then another 3-year-old dude behind him with his pants on the wrong way, and like going like, let's go fucking feed the guinea pigs and shit, and I'm like, all right, sweet.
Yeah.
And then you go out and fucking feed the guinea pigs, and then like you're like, oh dude, what just happened? Like, I'm not worrying about that shit anymore. Or like, go fucking jump on the trampoline, and you do that stuff, and they're all fucking laughing and having a good time, and then I want to get off the trampoline, and then, you know, you're on that other world as well.
Yeah, 100%. I remember I did shrooms 2 years ago, I think. Or was it last year? I'm no idea. But I was up there for the purpose of, you know, cutting off to really disconnect. And the day after the ceremony, I like to call it the clarity day, right? So I was just enjoying and loving life, just walking through the forest and just seeing everything. And then my daughter comes over, and she is in a playful mood. She's a superhero, but she has got her superhero from a very special tree that was close to the camp. So I was like, show me. Let's go on that adventure. And we were superheroes, running around there, just fighting imaginary things in the forest. People were looking at us funny and all that stuff. It was amazing. She said that, you know, she created this machine that had the sun pointing just where it is at right now, because she had to take it from Egypt because it was too hot down there. Now it's up there, so she can make her soup. I was like, damn, love that, right?
Dude, the imagination is ridiculous.
It's insane. She was showering from a fucking, you know, tree, taking soap out, really going into it. And then last week, she just learned how to ride the bike, like without the supporters. And you can see that now that she's gotten her balance in, she's really riding the bike. It's like, you can hear her.
Yeah,
just
full on.
It's amazing. It's so amazing. And if people just saw that and went into it, like I've played with my kids so long, and I've called it things. We don't say play. Like we say, I'm gonna beat you up, you know, or so, the Norwegian equivalent. And now my kids are coming up like smiling and beat me up, daddy. And then I'm thinking, shit. In a social context, this might seem very wrong. Like people would take the wrong image of this. But just having fun and playing with them, it gives energy. It fuels you. So yeah, rent a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, and they, you know, they just, it's, I say, it's like, oh dude, my English is fucking really hitting the wall. It's like viruses, what do? They're, you get like, they bro, help me out.
Spread and infect other people.
Yeah, it's infectious.
What is
that shit?
How do you say that in Chinese?
Chunran.
Chunran.
Chunran is the infection.
Chunran.
Yeah. So I can Chunran to you.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, another fucking language.
I love that. I
Yeah.
look forward to seeing you utilize that to see how you can have fun with it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and I want to get to a point where it's fun, and
Yeah.
I'm not worried about what everyone else fucking thinks if I post some shit.
Yeah. And also because of your
But I mean-
audience, I think it's gonna go fast. Once you make the decision to do that, I think you're gonna see your life change pretty much overnight.
Yes. I mean, fuck, dude. I don't know.
No, I do. I've seen enough
It's
cases.
interesting.
Yeah, it is. Very interesting. But bro, I scheduled this for an hour, and
Yeah, dude.
I'm very happy we did this because now it's like we've been on a flow since we started the call, knowing that this is what it is like every time we talk, and now I just have to do more of these. That's it. And I look
No
forward
worries.
to seeing you do the things. Also, how did you find in Discord? When you are in Discord, do you see the things that you're supposed to see, like the chat?
Yeah, they've got like the main discussion, and then there's like you gotta. But I don't know how it works, bro. But like bots and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You've got some.
I have one, but he's like
Orpheus the Wise.
he will come in and help you out when you need it. He's actually AI driven, so it's interesting. I haven't played around with him a lot yet, but he's there to guide you on your journeys through the saga.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just beginning, bro. That's just something that I set up because I saw this thing. Ooh, nice. Bloop. I haven't.
But we're
Yeah.
where I've got to be is like the main discussion, right?
Yeah. Well,
The main discussion area.
you're not officially enrolled in Saga because that is connected to the system that goes through the website.
Yeah,
and
not
stuff.
yet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're not right now. You're exactly what you're supposed to be. Like the free community has the general chat and all that stuff, and then Orpheus the Wise will take you into Saga and all the things in Saga when you are inside of the actual thing.
Enrolled in that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. So when you when are you kicking off the saga thing? Is that like ongoing?
Yeah, it's
Or,
not.
like-
It has started. Like I'm thinking once we have, I'm using the month of June now to just give people a fucking insane opportunity. That is 100 euros lifetime access. Then it's gonna be from the 1st of July. It's gonna be 100 euros per month, and with that, it's gonna be more of a ongoing thing, where we just figure out: do we want to have launches like that? We start a few times a year that we go for chapter 1, or maybe we figure it out because it's 10 chapters, right? And all of those 10 chapters have different challenges, so it makes sense to just create a system around that is going to be supportive as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also
Sweet
now
as.
yeah, it is. Yesterday I added a new module called Bonus, the AI Advantage. That's going to be, and you know what that is. So I made a video yesterday that I literally felt like Robert Oppenheimer. It was like, now I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. Or I have the knowledge that I have the potential to become that. Because this power that you're bestowing on people, they need to understand the magnitude of the power they're receiving. Like, it's beyond anything you can explain. So I had to make a video, a cautious one.
Yeah, I think the internet heard our conversation yesterday because of, like when I've been going through Instagram and Facebook today, there've been lots of like AI shit that are like, coming at me today.
Yeah, that's also very interesting. So all of the awareness, basically, knowing that if you talk about something, you are going to be fed that thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Alrighty, sweet as, bro.
Have a fantastic rest of your day.
Cool. I'll do that. You too.
I love you.
Take care, dude.
You too.
See you, bro.
Bye-bye. And there we go. That was the first kind of official, publicly open tribe talk, and one person met up. Even though it was free, and we have had extremely many fantastic conversations so far. But we're going to do more of these, and well, who knows? Maybe more people comes in afterwards when they see that this has the potential to change the fucking reality. But until then, I'm just gonna have fun. So you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.